Here we are, top of the 6th inning. Pscl uncommitted team down 14 runs. Miles Rothfarb going to be at the plate. Miles Rothfarb going to be on the hill for the Palm Springs Power. As Jack Coe, he's at the plate.
Jack Coe hitting .250 so far this season, a couple RBIs to his credit. Super high on base guy. On base percentage, just a pinch under 500.
So 1-1 is the count. That's going to be down and outside. 2-1 the count for Jack Coe. Carter Fagan, he's on deck.
So it's 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup, getting us started here in the 6th.
This pitch there from Rothfarb, breaking ball down low, 2-2.
So Rothfarb, this will be his 5th time on the mound so far this season. He is not allowed an earned run. He's allowed 7 unearned runs, 3 2/3 innings.
Hard hit ball there from Jack Coe. Backing up is Torrey Sweet for out number 1. But still, that was a beautifully hit ball there from Jack Coe. Had Torrey Sweet backpedaling a little bit over there in left field.
Oh, that's putting it lightly, George, to say the least. That ball was absolutely hammered. I mean, look, the ball doesn't travel quite as well at night as it does during the day out here. We've seen that big contrast with the morning games to go along with the power here at night. And frankly, Torrey Sweet just hadn't played perfectly. He was playing him relatively deep to begin with. That's an extra base hit in a lot of different situations, especially people are charging that using wood bats too. All wood bats out here.
So Carter Fagan, he's at the plate. It's going to be a 1-1 count for him, as he's going to be pinch hitting for Jack Ray. Here's a 1-1 from Rothfarb. It's going to be fouled back, 1-2.
So Fagan's hitting .261 this season, a double, a couple of RBIs to his credit. Big stolen base guy. He swiped 6 bags on the seasons for the Colonials. Love to see him try and get on base, maybe try and steal a bag.
Here's a 1-2, and that's going to get Fagan looking for strike 3. Which brings us up to Julian Gonzalez. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame, struck out both times to Carson Phillips.
Yeah, Julian Gonzalez, one of the few starters still in the game for the Pscl uncommitted team. After the sixth inning, I assume we'll see parts of that third wave coming up.
So breaking ball there from Rothfarb inside. 0-1 is the count for Gonzalez. Nolan Maldonado warming up to our right in the Pscl uncommitted team bullpen. 1-1 is the count for Gonzalez.
It'll be the first lefty. Probably see him at some point. Well, this is interesting, George. Maldonado was throwing, and now Nick Garcia's back up. Man, 3rd time he's been up. He's practically pitched the entire game out there. I'd love to see him at some point. Maybe he'll come out next inning.
2-1 is the count for Gonzalez. So that looks like that's going to get him in the left elbow there.
I like it. Yeah, he saw that breaking ball really nicely, and the best thing you can do when you get a breaking ball coming at you, just hang right in there and take the hit. Take that easy base.
So with 2 outs, 1 runner on, Mario Catalan, the righty for the Pscl uncommitted team, 0 for 1 in the ball game. As that pitch there from Rothfarb inside, 0-1 is the count.
Love to see him possibly get into one here, George. Couple doubles on the season. Big righty up there, too.
Hard hit ball, but it's going to be down the first base line, foul territory. 0-2 the count for Catalan.
I really want to see him gear up for a fastball right here with this 0-2 count. I assume we'll see another fastball. He was a bit late on that last pitch because he got good wood on it, too.
Here's the 0-2 from Rothfarb. Going to be fouled away. Looks like it just hit the hand of Richardson there.
That's tough. You hope he's okay. They're calling the trainer out there. A lot of times in those foul tips, you have no idea when it's going to happen as a catcher, and a lot of times it's just luck of the draw how it's going to get into your glove. from a catcher's standpoint.
Could have been even on that backswing there from Catalan. Possibly just got the fingertips there of the non-glove hand for Richardson. So 0-2 will be the count for Catalan.
Well, either way, he's definitely going to need some ice after the game.
2 outs. Gonzalez is on first after he was hit by a pitch. We're going to take a quick break, step away for a moment. It's going to be 0-2 count when we return. Richardson appears to be okay. He's going to step back behind the plate. 0-2 count for Mario Catalan coming up in just a moment. Rothfarb on the hill for the Power as they're up by 14 runs.
Looks like they're going to let Richardson try and test out that glove hand, catch a few warm-up pitches from Rothfarb. That'll look pretty good right there. All right, Richardson says he's good to go.
And we're good to go up here in the booth. George Hathaway alongside with me, Evan Schmeiser on the call. As you're watching the Pscl Uncommitted team against the Palm Springs Power. That's going to rip through for a base hit from Mario Catalan. His first hit of the day. 4th hit for the Pscl Uncommitted team on the day.
Excellent piece of hitting right there from Catalan. He got a breaking ball on the outer part of the plate. He didn't try to do too much, but stayed back, and he got good wood on it and sprayed it through the hole on the right side. Good piece of hitting.
So it's going to be Trey May at the plate. 0 for 1, he struck out in the 4th inning. Looking to continue this momentum with Gonzalez in scoring position on second, Catalan on first after a base hit there from 2 outs. Breaking ball down low, 1-0.
I think they're going to say he actually went around on the check swing. Either way, though, this will be a big RBI hit if May's able to come up with one. I tell you, if the PSL Uncommitted team's able to put a run across here in this inning, that bench will erupt, George.
Yeah, the PSCL Uncommitted team scored 2 runs early on in the ball game, and they're very excited about that, especially going up against this Power team that is looking to get win number 10 in a row. As here's a 1-1, breaking ball swing and miss.
You know, it has been a while, George, since the Power have lost the game. That came back on June 10th against the Inland Valley Bucks.
It's been 19 days.
Was that the extra inning game, George?
It was actually. They lost in 10 innings, 10-9, as that's going to be outside 2-2 the count for Trey May. So 2 runners on with 2 outs for the PSCL Uncommitted team. Trey May looking to bring a run in here. As he's going to foul that one off. Got right underneath Tyler Richardson behind the plate.
I tell you, George, catcher's a tough position. I never played it. My younger brother played the position. He's had handfuls of times where you get a foul tip off the mask or jams a finger in a weird way, or a ball hits off the shin guard, and that does hurt when it comes off the shin guard, even though it's protected over there. It's tough. He also ran in high school and college too, and there's a little bit of overlap still with his baseball days before he ended up stopping, and I don't know how he did it.
2-2, breaking ball going to get inside for strike 3. Going to retire the side, leaving 2 runners on as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. When we return, Palm Springs Power up 16-2 against the PSCL Uncommitted team. Here we are, bottom of the 6th inning. Palm Springs Power, they are up 16-2 over the PSCL Uncommitted team. Nick Garcia, the right-handed pitcher from the Bootlegger, is going to be pitching now for the PSCL Uncommitted team. First batter, he's going to face Nelson Padilla.
You know, George, it's a big relief to me that we're going to see Nick Garcia. He got up in the bullpen 3 different times. Practically almost threw a full game back there. I'm glad to see him out here.
His first pitch going to be hard hit over in the right field. And getting underneath that one is Caden Gopal Krishna.
Well, that was an excellent running grab from Gopal Krishna. That an absolute rock off the bat of Nelson Padilla. And frankly, he ran that ball down really, really well. He got a great jump. He made it turn it into a much easier play than what it looked like it would be. As far as Nick Garcia goes, so far he's pitched 9 2/3 innings for the Bootleggers. 5 strikeouts to his credit. He pitched for West Valley College this past season, looking to transfer. He was 3.65 ERA and 12 1/3 innings out there.
So 1-0 count for Pscl. He scored a run last inning in the 5th, 1 of 4. So he's going to pop that one up into the air, out of play towards the right field concourse. So 1-1 the count for Nick Garcia. First time we're seeing him this evening. Pitcher for the Bootleggers.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want any information on the PSCL players tonight or the uncommitted players last night, contact Don Bray, manager of the A's out here in the PSCL, assistant coach for the Power. Contact him at 626-664-5136. We had him up here the first few innings, and my goodness, he really does know the game. A lot of wisdom for the birthday boy yesterday.
So the count is now 2-2 for Jake Pscl. After that last pitch there from Garcia got inside. Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Jake Pscl goes down swinging. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, which brings up Richie Amavisca.
I mean, this got to be such a confidence booster right now for Garcia. Getting 2 quick outs, excellent leather to record the first down, and then getting a strikeout. Second strikeout for PSCL pitching so far, and Nick Garcia is one of them.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Richie Amavisca at the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. Also was able to score a run. 1 of 4 runs for the Power in the bottom of the 5th inning. Is that pitch going to get inside? 1-1 the count for Amavisca with 2 outs. As that's going to be chopped up over to Jack Coe at short, as he's going to bobble it there.
I mean, I saw right at the end just a crazy in-between hop right at the end of it. Ended up hitting Jaco right on his chest. Excellent pitch, though, from Garcia. Sounded like it might have broken the bat. Got right in onto the fist of Amavisca and got that weak ground ball. So, frankly, either way, excellent inning so far for Garcia.
So 2 outs, 1 runner on after Amavisca advanced off the error there from Jack Coe. Brings up number 52, Spencer Dickinson, one of those PSCL players that have gotten called up to play for the Power. In his only plate appearance today, he was walked, scored a run. He's going to foul that one back. 0-1 the count.
Do it again! Do it again!
So 2 outs, 1 runner on. It's a pitch there from Garcia down low, 1-1.
Garcia frustrated on that one. Heard several PSCL supporters in the crowd getting on the umpire's case over that pitch.
Yes, sir. Gotta support our boy.
They say they gotta support their boy. I respect that.
2-1 is the count for Dickinson with 2 outs, 1 runner on.
Come on, Nick, throw the zone.
2 outs, Amaviska on first. Here's a 2-1 from Garcia.
Yeah!
This is going to be a 2-2 count for Dickinson.
Give him the dirty. Put away, put away.
2-2 is the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Dickinson going to pop this one up high into the air. Shallow right field. That's going to drop for a base hit for Spencer Dickinson, which is going to advance. Amaviska now over to third. Runners on the corners.
I mean, just tough luck. That's the third or fourth time tonight the Power have had a bloop base hit or ball just not hit very hard, finding the right spot. Another excellent pitch from Garcia. It got another pitch, fastball right in on the hands of, right in on the hands, and it's just right out to right field. Excellent effort, but just not quite close enough.
Brock Mortensen. 5th time we're going to see him in the ball game. He has 2 base hits. He's scored 4 runs. And he's been on base all 4 times. 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Upstairs. Fastball. 1-0.
So what? So what? Come on, Nick.
So with 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Palm Springs Power. They are up 14 runs here in the ball game. Another fastball up high. 2-0.
Finish. Right here, Nick.
George, I'm going to go on a whim and say that at least several of these PSCL supporters are teammates of Nick Garcia on the Bootleggers. Try and find that out between innings, perhaps.
Here's a 2-0 from Garcia. Popped up into the air, fouled off. 2-1 is the count.
Looks like for the second time tonight, Nolan Maldonado, the lefty, warming up in the PSCL bullpen. So we can likely assume he'll be the next pitcher, possibly coming on for the 7th.
Come on, Nick, get even. Get even.
So 2-1 is the count from Mortensen. Here's a pitch from Garcia. Fastball up high. Hitters count 3-1 from Mortensen.
9v1, 9v1.
2 outs to start off the bottom of the 6th inning. Then off an error and a base hit, 2 runners are now on with Amaviska on third, Dickinson on first. Here's a 3-1 from Mortensen.
Yeah.
As that's going to be ball number 4. So base is now loaded for the Power here, bottom of the 6th inning.
Large part of the crowd here tonight, George, wanted that fastball in the outer half, getting on the umpire's case once again. Either way, though, Garcia has been excellent.
Looked like a really good pitch from Garcia. Just got that outer half, Evan, like you said, with 2 outs, bases loaded. Connor Olson at the plate.
That's it, Nick, right here.
Let's see if Garcia can work out of this jam. Try and become the second pitcher of the night for the PSCL group to record a scoreless inning. Steve Albert able to do that in the first.
Come back.
0-1 the count for Olson. His first plate appearance after pinch hitting for Isaiah Alvarez, who came in the 5th inning, had a base hit. Garcia with bases loaded. Here's the 0-1. Fastball up high, 1-1 the count.
You're down up back. You're down up back.
And it's like Don Bray said, stay aggressive in that strike zone. If he gets a hit, then he gets a hit.
So 1-1 the count. Mortensen on first, Dickinson on second, Amaviska on third. Here's a 1-1 from Garcia. That's going to be right up over to Fagan. As that throw was way out there, got away. As 2 runs are going to come in to score for the Palm Springs Power, puts them up 18-2.
Flush it, right here.
So Dickinson and Amaviska come to score. Mortensen on third. With Olson, he's on second.
I mean, look, if you're Nick Garcia here, just try and shake off as best you can. None of this inning is your fault. You had a couple errors behind you, a couple bloop hits. Runs will be unearned. Don't let that take away from this excellent inning that he's delivered. He's still just one pitch from getting out of this frame.
So Manuel Dean at the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the day with his only base hit coming in the 5th inning. 2 outs, 2 runners on, both in scoring position for the Power, who are up 18-2 against the Pscl Uncommitted team. The pitch there, hard hit ball down the left field. Catalan gets underneath it for out number 3.
I think that might have broken the bat of Torrey Sweet.
A hard hit ball popped up into the air, retires the inning. We go to the top of the 7th when we return. The Power up 18-2. Here we are for the top of the 7th inning. Gopal Krishna going to lead things off. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Came in the 4th inning, grounded out.
Likely see the start of the 3rd platoon coming in as far as position players for this PSCL Uncommitted team is concerned. James Gorman is on deck, and it looks like Shaked Baruch is in the hole. So 8, 9, and 1 in the lineup are due up.
So 0-2 count for Gokala Krishna. With Dom Moda, he's on the hill, the lefty for the Palm Springs Power.
This will be the 3rd game he's pitched in this season. He's gone 3 innings so far, 4 strikeouts to his credit, only 2 walks.
As that's going to be strike number 3 for Moda, going to retire the first batter, Gopal Krishna, which brings up James Gorman for the PSCL Uncommitted team.
Gorman, 4 hits to his credit so far this season, 6 runs scored. Also 3 walks. On base percentage of .350. That's up there. Uncommitted group would love to see a base. I guarantee, if they're able to score another run tonight, that bench is going to erupt. We can also confirm, ladies and gentlemen, the big group of supporters for the previous pitcher, Nick Garcia. The majority of that group is teammates with him on the bootlegger. So, wonderful thing to see. Teammates coming out to support each other.
1-1 the count for Gorman, with Jason Del Villar on deck for the PSCL Uncommitted team. Moda gets set. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count for Gorman.
Well, Mo's done a really good job coming out of the bullpen so far. Throwing strikes, getting ahead of batters. Looked like a pretty good changeup there, going down and away to the right-handed batter.
Here's a 1-2.
Close.
Breaking ball up high, 2-2 the count for James Gorman. First time we're seeing him today.
I see Nick Garcia back in the bullpen. Wonder if he's gonna throw some more, George. So let's see, he was up in the bullpen 3 different times. He threw the previous inning. Now it looks like he's just going to grab something. That still would be really interesting to see either way, George.
Full count here for Gorman. Here's the pitch from Moda. That's going to be popped up, fouled off. So 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning.
George, I see Rockies coming out, getting ready for the 7th inning stretch.
1 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch from Moda. Chopped right back up to him. Amavisca, the throw on the hop over to Olsen for out number 2.
Real smooth play there from Richie Amavisca. He read the hops really, really nicely, charging that ball, made it look really smooth, threw off the run, and turned that into a pretty routine play.
So it's Jason Del Villar here in the top of the 7th inning. As the Palm Springs Power are up 18-2. Dom Moda on the mound for the Palm Springs Power. Del Villar 0 for 1 as he's going to rip that right past the glove of Olsen
Good
for
swing.
a base hit. Right up over to opposite field, puts him on base here with 2 outs.
That's an excellent approach there from Del Villar at the plate. He went up there hunting for a fastball. He got one. Not a bad pitch from Moda by any means on the outer part of the plate. And he kept his bat in the strike zone for a really long time and just smacked that ball through the hole on the right side.
Shaked Baruch. He's now batting. First time we're going to see him today.
Another player for the Israeli national team. Won silver in 2021 in the European Championship Tournament.
The pitch from Moda swung on and missed.
Baruch hitting 286, playing for the Grizzly. An RBI, a couple runs scored on the season. On base percentage of .444.
So quickly a pitch there from Moda. Fastball 0-2 the count for Baruch.
Try and put the ball in play any way you can.
As that's going to get Baruch looking for strike number 3. He wasn't happy about that, and neither is the crowd here at Palm Springs Stadium. Going to retire the side, leaving Del Villar, the lone runner, on first. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Torrey Sweet, Tyler Richardson, Nelson Padilla, the 3 due up next when we return. Here we are set, bottom of the 7th inning. Torrey Sweet leading things off for the Palm Springs Power with Nolan Maldonado, the lefty for the Bombers in the PSCL. He's on the hill.
That's right. He's gone 10 2/3 innings so far this season. 12 strikeouts to his credit. Real good to see. More strikeouts than innings pitched.
So Torrey Sweet, he's 1 for 2 on the day. He's pinch hit in the 4th, had a bases clearing triple there, and then flew out in the 5th. 1-0 count. Here's a pitch from Maldonado. Popped up into the air over to right field. Backing up towards a warning track for out number 1.
Oof. Got all sorts of ways to get that ball. Eventually tracked it down, though.
So Tyler Richardson, he's going to be stepping in the batter's box now.
The power, the catcher, Tyler Richardson.
Richardson, 0 for 4 on the day. Struck out once and flew out 3 times. Pitch there from Maldonado inside for strike 1. The lefty against the righty action here. Oh, 1 is the count. Here's a pitch from Maldonado. Way inside. Going to be a late hit there. 0-2 the count for Richardson. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Power have an 18-2 lead over the PSCL Uncommitted team. And as Maldonado steps off the mound, has a quick conversation, is now back. As here's the 0-2 pitch from Maldonado, going to be chopped foul from Tyler Richardson, the catcher this evening for the Palm Springs Power. Maldonado, a very solid pitcher, the lefties. He's a Bombers ace. We've seen him do very well. 0-2 is the count. With 1 out, here's a pitch from Maldonado. Richardson fighting at the plate. 3 straight foul balls. It's still the count 0-2. Oh-2. Popped up into the air. Canada chasing it out in left field. Going to let it drop in front of him. Richardson gets his first base hit of the night.
What's up, Fish? I mean, I would think Phillips is the first guy that comes to
So
mind.
with 1 out, 1 runner on in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batting second baseman Nelson Padilla.
So it's going to be Nelson Padilla now batting. One out. Here's a pitch from Maldonado. Slider gets inside. 0-1 the count. So Padilla, he's gotten on base once off an error in the 3rd. 0-1 is the count. Maldonado delivers. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. With 1 out, 1 runner on, Tyler Richardson, he's on first after a base hit that dropped over in left field. One pitch. Gonna get the bottom half of the strike zone inside though. 1-2 the count with 1 out. So very strong pitching performance from Nolan Maldonado here in the bottom of the 7th inning. as that's going to be fouled back. Still 1-2 the count.
All right, let's see. George, I think I'm all squared away on all the changes in the field. So here's what the outfield will look like. Max Merlin is the new center fielder. Jevin Canada is the new left fielder. Anthony Rojas is in right field. As far as the infield is concerned, James Gorman is playing shortstop. Dominic Yamul is at second base. Shaka Bruce, we saw him hit last inning. He's over at first base. The new catcher is Federico Sanchez. And James Gorman is playing shortstop. Jessica over at third base. And of course, Nolan Maldonado on the mound. Ah, yes.
The 1-2 way upstairs, fastball 2-2.
And this will be the third and final platoon of uncommitted position players of the night.
So one runner on, Tyler Richardson, who had a base hit with 1 out. A check back over to first. Is Richardson going to be safe there?
And we saw a few double plays last night on both sides. A great time for a first double play turned of the night for the Pscl group.
Going to be fouled back. Count still 2-2. Jake Pscl, who's on deck for the Power with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They're up 18-2 over the Pscl uncommitted team. Going to be chopped right back up over to Gorman at short. Chance for a double play here. However, Yamula going to keep it in his pocket.
Oh, interesting. So they're going to call runner's interference over at second base. There was no slide at second. It wasn't going to be a play over at first, but if you interfere in any way, then the base runner's automatically out. So, double play, not the old-fashioned way, but the Pscl group will take it.
Going to retire the side. Good outing there from Maldonado. As we go to the top of the 8th inning when we return.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here for the top of the 8th inning. Power lead 18-2, well on their way for their 10th win in the row. Opportunity right here for some of these second wave position players of the game, and also third wave guys who have just recently checked in. It'll be the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spots in the lineup coming up. Looks like Jet Chaco batting for the 2nd time, flew out to left his first time up on a pretty well hit ball. And it looks like Tyler Swan will re-enter the game. He's standing in the on-deck circle. He was the starting catcher tonight. First pitch from Don Moda at the knees for strike 1. Moda pitched a scoreless 7th. Now back out for the 8th. Nobody up in the Power bullpen, so a decent chance will also pitch the 9th. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 to Jaco.
And Jaco 0 for 1 in the ball game, flew out over the left field to Torrey Sweet in his first plate appearance. Big hitter, he's aggressive at the plate, likes to swing as he's crowding the plate here in the right-hand batter's box. Good take there, though, from him.
Upstairs 1 and 2. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you want any more information on the PSCL uncommitted players tonight or the separate group from last night, contact Don Bray, 626-664-5136. That's in the dirt 2 and 2. I mean, even with the 2 lopsided scores, George, we've seen the past 2 nights, several of these players, they really have stood out, these uncommitted guys, taking on a much higher level of competition with the power.
It's been a very good few days for the PSCL uncommitted teams. Able to fight. You know, they don't have their heads down even with a 16-run deficit. They're still happy to be out here, being able to play under the lights here at Palm Springs Stadium and doing really well too. Getting on base, having a few stolen bases as well. That's what you like to see. And then also the pitching's been very solid.
And don't forget those catchers too, George. They've been busy tonight. They've been very busy tonight as they were last night. And catchers tonight will take good advantage of the opportunity. Only 3 on the roster for this uncommitted group. Fouled off by Jaco. Good at bat right here. 3 and 2 the count. Trying to get on base to lead off this inning. I said earlier, George, I think if this uncommitted group of guys push another run across the plate, that dugout will erupt.
I could see that happening. And Jaco, he started this at bat off down in the count 0-2, able to battle back now as the count is full. So one thing you like to see there from your leadoff hitter.
Going down looking is Jet Jaco to get things started here in the 8th. So 1 out for Moda. So that'll bring up Tyler Swan. Once again, he started the game behind the plate, so he's re-entering. Struck out looking in the first. So he'll bat for the second time tonight with 1 out and nobody on base here in the top of the 8th inning. Looks like Vincent Perozzi, pitcher for the Colonials, warming up in the uncommitted bullpen. So pretty good odds he'll come on and pitch the bottom of the 8th inning.
Tyler Swan 1 for 2. Scored 1 of the 2 runs as well for the PSCL uncommitted team as he had a leadoff base hit to start off this game.
Good curveball from Moda. In the inside corner, according to the home plate umpire. A bit of a late call. 0-2 the count nonetheless. Coming up this Monday, ladies and gentlemen, will be the annual All-Star Game. The best of the PSCL will take on the Power. Decent chance we'll see several of the PSCL guys from tonight and the night before representing that roster. Fireworks immediately to follow. You know, George, opening night, those fireworks were really something.
Yeah, really good fireworks here in Palm Springs. Really lit up the sky as they're kind of being displayed over right center field.
1-2 goes the breaking ball. That one low, ball 2. Monday night is a 6 o'clock start time. That'll be the next Power game coming up here on the PS Power YouTube channel. And playoffs for the Power Summer Collegiate League, the PSCL, starting Wednesday the 6th. Upstairs 3 and 2.
Again, Tyler Swan, just like Jaco, able to battle back into a full count position. Things you like to see from these batters with a lot of good plate discipline. Able to understand the pitches and what they're kind of looking for here with this at-bat.
3 and 2, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Moda going back to the 7th. There's 2 away. 4th strikeout overall tonight for Moda. So that'll bring up Dominic Yamul.
Now batting Dominic Yumel.
Playing for the Chill this season. He'll bat with 2 outs and nobody on base. Hitting .263 this season. Couple doubles, a home run to his credit, 7 RBIs. Slugging percentage well over 500, OPS over 900. Behind the count 0-1. The outfield playing medium depth on the slugger. That ball's popped up, back towards us, to our left, out of play. Okay, that ball hit the roof and trickled down, George. George, I'm waiting for redemption on a foul ball coming back here. I had one a week ago when I was on the PA announcer spot. Hit me right in the hands, and it slipped right out. It was spinning like crazy.
Might need to invest in a glove or some pine tar, dude, to maybe get some grip on that so you can get the ball next time.
And called out on strikes is Yamul. Both strikes out decided in order. And before we go to break, I will say I have a glove out here, George, but I didn't bring it tonight, so I came unprepared.
Well, you should always bring in your backpack, Evan. You never know when you're gonna need it.
You're right, George. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Power in full control. To the bottom of the 8th inning we go. Power well on their way to winning their 10th game in a row. Jake Pscl will start things off for the Power here, and it'll be their final battle tonight. Let's put it that way, George. Vincent Perozzi of the Colonials, new pitcher on the mound. He's gone 9 2/3 innings so far this season. 8 strikeouts to his credit. He's on for the 8th. After a scoreless 7th, put up by PSCL pitching.
First scoreless inning from the PSCL pitching since the first inning, Evan. So it's been a very long time, as the Power able to score in every single inning up until the 7th.
Behind the count 0-2, the Pscl singled in the 6th, struck out in the 7th. He'll lead off the 8th.
Yeah, with Pscl up in the count 3-0. Sanchez had to bounce that ball as it was a low pitch there from Perozzi, able to keep it in front of him.
Power will next play the East LA Dodgers this Friday night. And Saturday will be the San Diego Waves. Power came from behind to beat the East LA Dodgers 10-5. That ball's on the ground, first base. Baruch's up with it and flips over to Perozzi covering, 1 out. Nice PFP right there.
A good way to start off the inning there with 1 out. Most of the innings that they've started off recently, the 5th, the 6th, and even the 7th, and now here in the 8th. All started off with a leadoff ground out.
So I'll bring up Richie Amaviska. He's been hit by a pitch, reached on an error, scored twice tonight. Coming off the bench. So that with 1 out. Perosi on the mound. Good fastball inside, just misses 1-0. Looks like Joey Mazzetti is getting loosened up in the bullpen for the Power. Wonder if he'll come on and pitch the 9th. Outside 2-0. Nobody up in the PSCL bullpen, so looks like they're on schedule as far as their pitching rotation is concerned. As planned tonight, Perosi, last guy coming out of the bullpen for this uncommitted team.
Really good curveball there from Perosi. Floats that one right up and in, top of the strike zone to get Amaviska looking for the 2-1 count now.
At 2-1, hit foul, right side out of play. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you want any more information on the uncommitted players tonight or from last night, contact Don Bray at 626-664-5136. Up here talking about the players and baseball in general with us for the first few innings. Did the same thing last night. So that's taken for a called strike 3. Really nice breaking ball there from Perosi. 2 quick outs here in the 8th.
Beautiful pitching there from Perosi in that at-bat against Amaviska. We saw the breaking ball a lot from him there, which is his really bread and butter, and we saw it work really well for the first strikeout of the inning.
Now Spencer Dickinson will bat with 2 outs. Remember in this part of the game last night, George, with Josh Hernandez on the mound throwing knuckleballs coming at about 55 miles an hour. Dickinson rips that one fair down the left field line. That looks similar to last night. That'll go into the corner. Dickinson, he'll pull into second. Looks like he'll hold up there with a ringing 2-out double down the left field line. Good looking swing.
Very nice swing there from Dickinson. Placed that perfectly right down the left field line where it just kept rolling out there in the deep outfield. As Canada was just playing deep out there, if he was a little bit more shallow in left field, probably would have been able to get to it quicker, maybe held Dickinson up at first.
Brock Martinson, the next man to bat. He started the game tonight. Joy was just getting ready to say, you remember seeing the way Dickinson's eyes lit up when he saw one of those knuckleballs from Hernandez last night? He had a base hit on the left side, but you wonder if he was able to get up in the air, how far that ball would have gone. So it's Brock Mortensen. Walked in the second, lined down the second, singled, nope, looked at that wrong. Walked in the second, I was right the first time. Reached on an error in the third, RBI single in the 5th, 2-run single in the 6th, walked in the 7th. He's behind the count 0-1 with 2 outs. Vince Perosi trying to become the 3rd pitcher for the PSCL group tonight to pitch a scoreless inning. A little high, 1-1.
Good take there from Mortensen.
Mazzetti continues throwing the bullpen. I think there's a good chance he will pitch the 9th. Sorry, George, I so rudely cut you off.
It's all right, Evan. I was going to say, Brock Mortensen had a good take there. Realized the fastball was up and in.
Good block right there from Sanchez. Especially on the breaking ball.
They're going to say Mortensen did go around with it, so it's going to be a 1-2 count for him. As Perosi looking to get his 2nd strikeout of the inning and even retire the side.
Perosi ahead 1-2, now with options. He said, here's the 1-2. On the ground towards the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Rounding third is Dickinson, and the throw is going to go into second base. So, 20th run on the board for the Power. So they lead 20-2. Oh, excuse me, that's the 19th run. Our scoreboard operator, great anticipation on that play. So it's 19-2 on the RBI hit from Mortensen. 3rd hit of the night. So that brings up Connor Olson. Came in off the bench for first Torrey Sweet, then Isaiah Alvarez. Olson reached on an error his first time up. So he takes a ball outside 1-0.
Connor Olson been on base twice since we saw him pinch hitting in the 5th inning. Had a base hit and advanced off an error as well.
You know, George, you take a look at these Pscl standings. So the Blue Sox and A's have identical 10-3 records to lead the way. Don Bray confirmed with us that due to the tiebreaker, the A's are the #1 seed right now. Don Bray reigning PSCL Manager of the Year. Lumberjacks in their powerful lineup right behind at 9-3. So they're in 3rd place. The Grizzly over at 4th at 7-4. Can't wait for the playoffs of the PSCL, George. I think they're going to be something.
Yeah, you know, you never know in baseball, Evan, what can happen. That's what makes it so romantic. As the playoffs start a week from tonight.
The ball's grounded right side. Should be a slightly easier play for you. Ooh, a little wide throw. Hung on to the bag by Baruch, and that retires the side. So 1 run on a couple hits for the Power will go to the top of the 9th inning. It looks like Joey Mazzetti coming in for the 9th.
After the game, head on over.
Here we are in the top of the 9th inning. Last chance for this group of PSCL uncommitted players. They'll be facing Joey Mazzetti on in relief for Dom Mota, who went the last 2 innings. Mazzetti 3.60 ERA in 10 innings. This will be the 5th game he's pitched in, whopping 17 strikeouts. So, pretty good test for these group of PSCL players coming up. Jevin Canada will be the first man that Mazzetti will face. So he gets strike 1. Canada, 3 hits on the season, couple RBIs, 4 walks to his credit, on base percentage close to 400. This kind of evens up 1-1.
He's playing over in left field. Had a good catch over there earlier, last inning or an inning ago.
Next, Merlin waits on deck. That ball's fouled off of Richardson. Taking a little bit of a beating tonight. Looks to be okay. Just shaking off that leg. Looks like that ball hit off his left leg. Had to get his hand checked out a little bit earlier by one of the trainers. Ended up staying in the game. Richardson's caught all 9 innings tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball way inside for Mazzetti. So Max Merlin waits on deck. His fastball swung and a missed. Foul tip held onto by Richardson. So Canada goes down swinging. There's one out here in the 9th.
Now batting number 19, Max Merlin.
That brings up Max Merlin.
Come on.
His first at bat tonight, playing for the Bootleggers.
Really solid pitch there from Joey Mazzetti just a moment ago. Fastball inside. Had Canada swinging.
Max Merlin hitting .400 this season. 1 double to his credit, a couple RBIs. On base percentage over 500. OPS just south of 1,000. Anthony Rojas waits on deck. Playing for the Blue Sox this season. A ball in the strike to count to Merlin.
Another good fastball. Bottom half of the strike zone. Had Merlin looking at that one.
A ball, 2 strikes to count. Another breaking ball. Chopped up in front of the plate. Mazzetti up with it. Flips underhand. Over to Olsen. Quickly 2 away. So it'll be Anthony Rojas, last chance at the plate
Anthony Rojas.
for this Pscl Uncommitted team. Rojas playing for the Blue Sox. Hitting .312 this season. Slugging at 500, OPS just south of 900. 3 doubles on the season, 5 RBIs. Big extra base guy. Also know a little bit of catching. He has thrown someone out stealing this season. Ball in the strike to count.
You love to see those guys who can really do it all. Very similar to Joey Mazzetti, who's on the mound for the Palm Springs Power. But Anthony Rojas, seeing him in multiple positions shows that he's very versatile on the field. Somebody who you really want on your team, that you can kind of throw him in any position at any given game, and he'll perform at the highest level for you.
I'm glad you brought that up, George. Just about to say Don Bray was up here with us earlier talking about playing guys all over the place, even at sometimes positions that aren't quite as natural to them. He's trying to help them get better. As Rojas goes down swinging, that will retire the side and end the ball game. Power win their 10th in a row. They win 19-2. Second of 2 nights. Pscl Uncommitted players going at it, getting their opportunity. I'd say, despite the lopsided scores, George, all the players had their chances to try and showcase what they have.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch these guys come out, perform, especially against a very tough Palm Springs Power team. They're able to perform at a very high level. That's what you want to see from these guys who are looking to go into the next level at college or even advance up there as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of George Hathaway, I'm Evan Schmeiser. As we sign off, have a terrific